So I'm roughly 359 days away from turning 60, and today was not a glamorous day. I did walk 5 miles on the treadmill, and I had to set some hard boundaries. I pushed another channel forward, and then I sat there wondering, what do the next 40 years of my life even look like? So this is day to 60. Now, it's March 7th, 2026, and I turned 60 on March 1st, 2027. So today felt ordinary and heavy at the same time. I did get on that treadmill and do the 5 miles, which is a big deal because I haven't been doing that lately, and it shows. And I want to lose the weight. I want to get in better shape. Now, the good news is that's becoming a quiet place with God and with my thoughts, and honestly, with my doubts. I watched Wes Huff for most of that time on the treadmill, and that was really enlightening. And while I was walking, I realized I had some boundaries I needed to set in my life also. So not dramatic, not shouting matches, just those quite uncomfortable decisions where you say, this can't keep going this way. It's you just got to stop. I also made some strong progress on my other channel today, for which I'm really grateful for. It's exciting, but it also raises the stakes because if I'm going to pour into the work for the rest of my life, I can't ignore the stuff that's in my heart that's off. And somewhere in the middle of all that, my brain jumped 40 years in the future. And I just started asking myself, if God gives me 40 more years, what do I want them to actually look like? And who am I becoming? What will my kids say about me? Will I still be growing, or will I just be coasting? I don't have clean answers yet, and this series is really just me turning the camera on while I wrestle with all of that. So here's what I noticed about myself today. First, small habits really are shaping the rest of my life. 5 miles on the treadmill doesn't change everything overnight, but it's changing my mind, and it's proof to myself that I can show up every day. Even though I haven't been doing it every day, I've done it before. And even when I don't feel like it. Now, the thing is that something comes up, something important gets in that way, and I have to make that a piece of my foundation, a piece that will always be there because I need that to lose the weight. I need that to think clearer. I always think clearer. I always feel better just getting on that treadmill. Second, boundaries are part of love, not the opposite of it. When I say no to certain situations or patterns, I'm not trying to punish anybody. I'm trying to protect what God's given me to be a steward. My time, my peace, my calling, and the people closest to me. Now, third, I'm realizing that the next 40 years won't magically be different from the last 40 unless I let God change my patterns now. And if I keep drifting, I'll get more of what I've already had. If I keep deciding, even in small ways, my life can actually look different. I'm not saying this as someone who's figured it out. I'm saying it as a guy who's almost 60, looking down the road and feeling both the weight and the hope of that. For me, that all happens in conversation with God, on a treadmill, in the car late at night, and I'm asking Him to show me what to keep, what to release, and where to draw those boundaries. So here's what I'm actually doing with all this tonight. I'm keeping the 5 miles as a non-negotiable. That's my moving prayer time, my thinking time. I'm sticking to the boundaries I set today, even if tomorrow I feel tempted to soften them. I don't want to build the next 40 years on the same old compromise. And I'm committing to show up here every day and document the truth, not the polished version, not the highlight reel, just the real journey from 59 to 60. And if you're watching this, I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm just letting you in on what I'm doing and what I'm learning as I go. Tonight's question for myself is, if the next 40 years looked exactly like today, would I be okay with that? Most days, my honest answer is not yet. And that's why this series exists, to close that gap one day at a time with God's help. Thanks for spending a few minutes with me tonight. This is Day to 60, and I'll see you tomorrow, one day better.